So this is on unearned revenue. Unearned revenue is a liability account. It has the word revenue in it, but don't be fooled by that. Because it is unearned, we cannot book it as revenue. Because if you remember the revenue recognition principle, in order to book revenue, we have to have earned it, and it has to be either realized, meaning we have the cash, or realizable, we have a solid accounts receivable. So unearned revenue liability account. The example I use is one from my construction company where we decide, or we agree to build someone a $50,000 garage. And so they give us some cash deposit to get started on buying the supplies and stuff. So maybe they give us a cash deposit of $20,000. We haven't done any work yet, and so we cannot call that revenue. So we book it as an unearned revenue, and in this case we would call it customer deposit. Most of the accounts you will use will simply be using the account unearned revenue. Okay, so we get the customer deposit. Once we, actually build the garage, and they're all happy with it, and they got their car in it, and all that stuff, and the driveway's done. And so then we can say, okay, they'll give us the rest of the cash. In other words, we said we'd do it for $50,000, so they give us the rest of the money. We can reduce the customer deposit liability account, that's our unearned revenue account. And then we book the revenue. So we can book the revenue once the job has been completed, or virtually complete. Okay, other unearned revenue situations would be the sale of season tickets for, say, a football games. If you buy, for 12 games, the football people would recognize cash of however much that is. I can't even imagine. We'll just go with $20,000. And they would have unearned revenue of $20,000. Whoops, unearned revenue. Oh my goodness, I'm not planning ahead very well today. 20,000 and 20,000. And say they were playing a 10-game season. After you had attended one game, they could go reduce the unearned revenue, and they could book revenue for the one game you had attended. So, what did I say? So maybe that would be the 2,000, okay? And then, after each game, they could recognize more revenue. Other situations, sales of health club memberships. Maybe you pay, $1,200 for a 2-year membership. They cannot book the full $1,200 for this year's revenue because that revenue is going to be earned over 2 years. So it would be the same sort of thing. As you enjoy your membership, they can book the revenue. Magazine subscriptions, another instance, they book revenue as each issue is mailed out. And the pre-sold airline tickets. You buy an airline ticket in advance, you get a good discount. They can't book that revenue until you set foot on the plane, and they have earned that revenue by giving you the flight. So this is your, sort of your usual situations for unearned revenue. You'll definitely run into this on exams, and just remember it is a liability, even though it has that word in it.